वो था एक singer बनने का. I was the leader of the mischievous gang. That leader turned into a fashion choreographer. If you really want to become a show director, passionful dedication to that. So I focus on each and every designer to give them the best show. So there was a show happening of Alexander McQueen on Burj Khalifa.
Hello everyone. So now we have with us Khizar Hussain. His name and profession makes a perfect match. He is one of the leading fashion choreographer. Coming from a small town, it wasn't easy for him. But nothing is impossible for the person who values work and ethics. So let's welcome Khizar Hussain.
Thank you, Khushboo, for the wonderful introduction.
Thank you so much. So tell me about your journey.
My journey started in the year 2009 from a very like you can say initiative levels of collegiate events, intercollegiate events, and we used to like we had a group of people who was interested in fashion shows and things. We were doing engineering, so we used to participate as a group in intercollegiate events and all, and I used to be the leader. I don't know what was called like what is the term fashion choreography. So I just used to lead them. I used to create music. I used to tell them how you have to go, how the formations and all. So that is how it's all started. And I was doing engineering. Then after doing 1-2 collegiate events, I used to go like Nagpur is a very small city. So people in fashion was very less. So the brands and all approached me in the early stages that will you do a launch show for us? Will you choreograph our kids for this? Will you choreograph our ladies for a Sangeet night in a fashion show? So that how it all started, and now it's going pretty well, and I'm happy to see from where I've came to this position.
So like you had leadership qualities since your childhood days.
Yes, you can say a good leader. I was a good leader.
So you were a monitor or something in school?
Not a monitor, actually. I was the most mischievous one in the class. But I was the leader of the mischievous gang.
Same pinch. That's nice. So like you always wanted to become a fashion choreographer, you had some other dreams?
As I told you, then like coming from Nagpur is as the term fashion choreography, we didn't knew that what is fashion choreography or something. But when I came into engineering, that time a lot of pageants used to happen in Nagpur. So I used to visit that pageants, and people from Bombay, people from Delhi used to come to Nagpur to choreograph and direct the shows. So I used to see those shows and all that. What is happening? What that person on the console, what he is doing, why everybody is listening to that, and being a leader inside. I used to always envy that what this guy is going to do. Why everybody is listening to this guy. So I just used to watch the shows and all, and from there it all started and all. So that leader turned into a fashion choreographer.
Okay, and when you decided to be a fashion choreographer, coming from Nagpur, like small town, of course, how was the reaction of your parents? Like, did they allow you easily?
My family, I think I'm the first one in decades, in generation who has stepped into fashion. In my family, all are doctors, all are engineers, all are studious people who have scored merits in their classes and in their courses. So I didn't told my parents that I'm doing this. I was into engineering, and there was a hard time on our family when I was into engineering, because a lot of crisis and all happens and ups and downs in life. So I was like, let's not tell the parents what I'm doing, because I also didn't knew that what I am doing. Will I grow in this? Because I was dependent on engineering job or something. Engineering we will do, and we'll get a job and this and that. But I was not good at engineering. That I came to know after 2 years, and then I used to get a response in this fashion industry.
Okay.
One plus point was there in Nagpur, because no one else was doing it with so much of hardship and so much of professionalism. So I used to get a lot of work because of that. Because whatever I do, maybe like even if I'm making tea or something, I'll make it with full passion, full dedication to that.
Yeah.
So
and that's what your name describes.
Yeah, that's what my name describes. So that is how it all went, and the journey became like that. That yes, I will be turning into a fashion choreographer. And
That's nice.
I was also saying that how I decided that I will be a fashion choreographer because I completed my engineering and I was frustrated as usual with the other engineers, like getting a job. So I was giving interviews here and there, everywhere, and I was not getting a job. Sometimes the package was not good. Sometimes I was lacking with some technical knowledge. So I was getting frustrated, and that time only I was getting calls from Mumbai and Delhi for shows, like initiative levels. You can say in 2015 and 16. So I was like confused what I have to choose, like the basic life which my family has told me that you have to get a job, because you have to hold the financial conditions of your house. So I was in a very tough time. So one day I decided, let's go to Mumbai and let's be there for a while. But there was no money. So I was like, I started working in a call center in the night.
Oh.
So I didn't told my parents that I am going in the night. I used to tell them that I am going for studies and all to my friend's place and all. So I worked in a call center for 3 months. I saved some money. And then at that time it was like I had 20,000. So I came with that 20,000 to Mumbai. And then I started like searching for shows and all over here. But it was not so easy in Mumbai. People don't even know you in Mumbai. It's too huge. I didn't knew that it's too huge and all. So I just went to some shows. I attended some shows, and then I saw that this is something next level.
Yeah.
I don't stand anywhere over here, and the money was also getting over. So I decided, let's go back. Let's study everything completely with complete technical knowledge. Let's give some more time to this, and then come back. So when I went back, I gave interview. Then I got a job offer. I still remember on 4th or 3rd of November, I think I got a job offer, and on the next day I got a call from Mumbai for a show in Navi Mumbai. So it was a confusion. Monday was my joining at the company, and the show was on Sunday. So I came with no money in my hand. I came by a train, and I didn't opt for any hotel and all. My friends were here, so I stayed with them with basic things, and I went for the show. Then the show happened and everything, and the next week also they were having one more show. So they offered me again that, will you do a one more show for us? So then the company guys called me on Saturday night that you have been selected for the job, you have to report on Monday, and this is your first day, you have to be there. So I was in a confusion. And Saturday evening, I still remember that Modi ji announced the demonetization. And on Monday, the company was closed.
That was a coincidence.
From there, I chose that, yes,
I think God was showing you the way. Yeah.
God has told me the way that you have to be here. And from there, I never looked back.
Oh, that's nice. That's quite a journey.
With my story then.
That's quite a journey that you had.
Yes.
So like when you shifted to modeling, fashion choreography, then like when you do shows, what is the, pre-things that you do before going ahead?
What's
the preparation?
For the preparation part of any fashion show or any show which I'm doing, like pageant or fashion week, so usually we coordinate with the designers and the organization I'm very much concerned about the production part. I'm very much, you can say, every organizer that I need a production. I need the set to be very good. I need that to be very good. So sometimes the organization understands that he's wanting some perfection. Sometimes obviously it's sometimes budget issues and everything is there. So sometimes I have to adjust, but mostly I prepare for the production part mostly because I know how to sketch and all. So I sketch my own productions and what lights I need, what nails I'll be needing, what set I will be needing. So I do that. And then my team is there for visuals and music and everything. So we coordinate with the designers that I believe like every designer, even if he's a student, if he's a budding designer. So I focus on each and every designer to give them the best show. So they grow actually into this industry. They should not feel like left out people, focusing on the big designers and not focusing on the budding designers because they are the future now.
Yeah.
So if we support our fashion industry's future, I think that will be fruitful for all of us.
That's nice, actually. Wise words, huh?
Yes.
So you prep, you do the choreography spontaneous, You are spontaneous
Yes.
at it, or you do
During
it?
the fittings time, when we see the
You
collection,
decide.
when we decide the music and all, that time I like 50% of my choreography is in my brain, that what I have to
Okay.
do on the stage, because I know my set, what is the lights I am having, what is the size of the stage and everything I'm having. So first thing, I decide my production. Second thing, I line up my outfits with my music and visuals, and then yes, on the rehearsals I
Accordingly.
choreograph. So
Okay.
50% job is done on the fittings before the show.
Okay.
And 50% is like obviously on the stage part.
And post your show, do you watch your show again just to see how it is looking?
Yes, I do watch my shows and all. Sometimes, not very regularly, but yes, sometimes when some shows like goes very well, we come to know that this show has went very well. So I
Okay.
watch it again and again. Like, what is the difference in this show and what was the difference in the last? Like, if any show gets ruined up with anything like technical glitches or anything, even if it's my mistake, or if the model gets like models also forget sometimes. So what was the mistake? So I study that and I try to rectify it. Sometimes it happens that show directors have every show director, it might happen like they want to show their creativity. But sometimes it happens the models they also get tired.
Yeah,
So I think about that also.
I can totally understand.
Yes, yeah, well, you. So I understand the model situation also, that if I'm having the last day of the fashion week to be done with the show direction part, so I see that yes, models are already tired. Don't make it too much with the choreography part. Let's play with elegance. Let's play with music. Let's play with lights. So I keep that in mind, that let's not disturb the model's mindset.
Yeah, thank you for thinking about us.
I think very much about the models, because I know they are also human beings. They are working
Yeah.
day and night. They are working day and night, and changing one after the other is not an easy job.
So according to you, as you said, कभी ruin हो जाता है. So according to you, ऐसा कौन सा show है जो आपके लिए एक nightmare बन गया हो, कुछ हुआ हो, कुछ आपका experience?
Nightmare, yes. Somewhere I will not take the name, but we had a setup, outdoor setup for a show in summers, and it was like an open venue, and so complete setup was ready, and we were doing the show and all, and suddenly the rains started,
Oh,
and just before the finale, I think the rain started, and the designer was getting panicked. What is happening? What you guys are doing? Why you have done the setup in outdoor? I think it was not a mistake of anyone, but it was a natural calamity. So nobody can help with that. But at that situation, everybody got panicked and all. And I think in 2 hours, there was an inside hall also. In 2 hours, the complete production team
switched it.
Yes, switched the complete production in 2 hours.
Wow.
And we did a show indoor. So
Okay.
that was my nightmare, because it never happened with me. So I was like, what will happen? And the designer was my friend. So sometimes you refer your friends, sometimes and you are always like, if I have referred someone, I assure that yes, they should be
Yeah.
done very well with
Yeah.
all the things. So then I apologized him that what is happened, that it was no one's mistake, it was a natural calamity
Yeah.
and all. So that was like my nightmare, that never opt for an outdoor show. I just would like to
I think you can
outdoor.
do it in summer.
We did in summer only.
Acha. Okay, fine.
It's India, anything can happen. It's a land of magic, I think.
Okay. And so what's the best show, like post show you got so much of appreciation and everything and you feel like the top of the world?
Recently, when we had a show at Dubai Expo, and we were representing our country at our pavilion, so other country people were also watching the show, and they came at our pavilion, and I was the only show director to do that. So when we closed the show and everyone was coming, that you guys did a fantastic job, and we were seeing and at the end of the show, I asked the designer, can I play Vande Mataram as like my closing ceremony, because that was the last day of the expo. So when I played that, I only got my goosebumps and all over there. So every Indian who was standing there, they were praising that yes,
Wow.
Indians have done something on this level with a fashion show, and we have all showcased our culture in front of 192 countries.
Wow,
So
that's great.
that was like my pride moment. That I was proud of my work. That yes, I'm working for my nation. in somewhere out of my country.
Wow, listening to this, I got goosebumps.
So that was
Must be
my
beautiful,
moment
yeah.
of proud that
Yeah.
people, like I would like to tell the people.
That's nice. So apart from, because you're the best, but who in choreographers do you like the most?
In India,
Of course.
so in India, yes, the earlier names which I have seen, like Lubna ma'am is one of which I have grown seeing her. Then Wabis,
Oh,
yes, I keep on seeing her work. She does a fantastic job, and yes, these two I think they have done a wonderful job. Then Aparna, she also does a very wonderful job, and yes, I think these three are doing very well in this industry, and all the three ladies.
yeah.
So women empowerment in fashion. So
That's nice.
I keep seeing the women who are working so hard for our industry, and they make me feel like I get inspired by them. Like, I know how much tiring the job is, and with their ability to do that, I think they are doing a fantastic job.
That's nice. अगर आप फैशन कोरियोग्राफर नहीं होते तो आप अपार्ट फ्रॉम इंजीनियर क्या होते?
एक शौक था जो शायद मुझ तक के ही रह गया, वो था एक सिंगर बनने का.
Oh, you sing also?
Yes,
That's nice.
Not very well. You can listen to the voice. But
No.
yes, एक सिंगर बनने का वो था कि I told you I was a leader. मतलब वो एक लीडर था अंदर. जैसे मुझे शो डायरेक्टर देख के मुझे लगा कि why this everybody is listening. That's how I envy the singers also. One singer is singing and audience of
Everybody's
5,000,
listening,
6,000 are
yeah.
listening to him. So I want to be that person.
Wow, that's nice.
So it can be a singer, it can be a fashion show director, or it can be a
Anything as a leader.
Anything as a leader I would accept.
Yeah. And who inspires you in your daily life? Like you are stepping out to go for work. Who's that person you think of or thing that you think of?
There are
inspires
many.
you? Yeah.
In different perceptions I have, different people. But yes, every day when I wake up and I see life in real life, so it's my mother, because that lady has like gone through a lot of hardship. The way she has grown me up, the way she has taught us like how to live life. Actually, she told us that you have to be nice to people, whatever they do, whatever they come, whatever they'll bring on for you. You have to be nice to them. You have to do justice with your work. You have to do justice with people around you. Whatever might happen to you, but you should be always like on the side which is always right.
Wow.
So that is how I see my life, that I should be always right with whatever I do, even if I'm doing a show on a road, if I'm doing a show in a 5-star hotel, if I'm doing a show on a very ground level, but I should do justice to that. That's
Wow,
what
that's
I believe.
nice. Salute to your mother.
Thank you.
Who inspires you in fashion industry and why?
I would say Sir Alexander McQueen. He inspires me a lot because the way I've grown seeing his shows and all, and the way of conceptualization things, and in his era at that time doing so much of technicality into the shows. If you see nowadays, you will not see many of the conceptualized shows. You will see a basic runway commercial shows displaying outfits and all. But he used to imagine what is the collection speaking to the people.
Yeah.
I've seen his shows, and like I still don't believe how he used to do that kind of things. I've seen a few of his shows. He made the models walk on like a bridge, which was very dangerous, and models used to do that. So I was like, what's the efforts he's taking, and what concepts he's having in his mind? I don't know, but he inspires me a lot. A lot means recently I told you when I was in Dubai, so there was a show happening of Alexander McQueen on Burj Khalifa.
Acha.
So I was completely live with my phone. I was standing there seeing to Burj Khalifa and watching his show. I was just watching. So I uploaded on my social media. I was so much feeling it like
Inspired.
something which
Yeah.
I was always wanting to see, and I'm seeing it on Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
So that was like my fan moment.
That's nice. And what do you want to do like ahead in future in 5 years of time?
I would like to see myself on the top of the charts of the show directors.
For sure, that'll happen soon because with dedication and values, work comes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And what's the funniest moment, while doing a fashion show? Anything? Like, as a show director, you have to be like subtle, you have to be like that, but that moment where you can't stop laughing.
Uh, I'm thinking of what moments, but yes, I just remember that we were having back-to-back shows, and we were traveling from almost 15 days, a complete team, like my visual, my music, and everyone, and even me, and we didn't get time to sleep. So there was a show. We were traveling from Patna to Jaipur, and we after the show we directly went to the airport because we knew if we go to bed we won't be able to wake up. So we went to the airport, and we thought we will sit on the chairs and we will wake up. The flight was having some time, like 3 hours was there. So we just sat on the chairs and all, and everybody धीरे धीरे सब बेहोश होने लग गए. So जब flight में like 45 minutes थे and the gate was in front, so there was no energy to get up and go till the flight. So my visual jockey, I'm waking him up. Let's go. So we were all like, छोड़ दो. We cannot do this.
So you left the flight?
No, we didn't leave.
Thank God.
I made them holding my hands. I made them walk. Come on, let's go. So that was something which was crazy, funny. But yes, then after that, we all went for a party with relaxation and all for my complete team, and then they all enjoyed it, and then we went back home after I think 1 month. We were completely traveling for 1 month for the shows. So they all were like tired, hectic. घर वाले phone कर रहे हैं, कहाँ हो, कब आओगे? So that was like, but they were enjoying it. And work is like, our work is very enjoyable. If you are having your passion towards your field, then I think it's the best part is like the most time you can spend on your work.
Exactly. Before moving forward to the most amazing part of a show, anything that you would like to tell the aspiring choreographers? How do they go about it? What all they should keep in mind?
To all the aspiring choreographers, as earlier in this interview I told you, when I came to Mumbai and I saw the level of work which was happening here, I felt to myself that I am not capable of this. Then I went back and I started my technical knowledge, to grow my technical knowledge into this field, because show direction is not something which is a non-technical thing. It is very technical, it is very deep, it is very you have to have the knowledge for that. I keep on seeing nowadays that many of the models, you can say, or many of the people who have not just started working and they turn into a show director. And they start picking up shows in sometimes budget, sometimes friendship, sometimes relations, sometimes references, and they ruin up the show. And this is degrading the fashion industry, which I believe. So if you really want to become a show director, connect to someone who is experienced, watch the shows, go and watch the shows, see the technicality, what is happening. And then if you will start with the knowledge, I think then you will get the right answer for that. Are you capable? Are you going to grow in this? Because nowadays you can see the competition.
Yes,
it's a huge competition, and the market is not having so much of things for everyone. Yeah, we all know that how we all are sustaining, but yes, it's I would prefer that first knowledge and then onto the field.
Okay, that's a nice advice actually.